My beloved child, my precious soul, my divine one, today is the September 15th and heaven bends closer than ever to whisper a truth you cannot afford to miss. Archangel Michael says, this is not a joke. Someone in your family, who is in heaven, is reaching for you right now, trembling with urgency, because they need to reveal something about money that was hidden in your life. The veil is thin, the moment is short, and they are begging you to open this immediately. Before I go deeper, let me pause to say from my heart, if you have already subscribed, I am requesting you to please share this message with others because you never know who might need this miracle today. And to those who always stand by me, a huge thank you. Your love is not unseen, and your support keeps heaven's words alive in this world. My child, can you feel how your heart is beating a little differently right now? That is not just you. It is the tug of a soul who once held your hand on earth and now holds your name in heaven. They see what you cannot see. They know of the hidden blessings, money, inheritance, and opportunities that were buried in silence, locked away in shadows. And today, they are pushing the gates of heaven open just to make sure you hear this. Do not think this is coincidence. There are no accidents here. Every word you are reading is aligned with divine timing. Michael has stepped forward, sword blazing with truth, because this secret cannot remain hidden any longer. Something about money connected to your family is waiting. It has your name written across it. But it will only unfold if you do not skip, if you stay with this message until the end. Listen carefully. The Spirit who loves you is not trying to frighten you. They are trying to protect you. They are trying to prevent loss, to stop someone else from taking what is rightfully connected to your destiny. And heaven will not rest until you understand the depth of what is happening around you. You may have noticed unusual signs recently, dreams where someone you loved appeared, whispers in your thoughts, numbers repeating in strange places, or even sudden chills when alone. These are not random. These are codes, signals, and confirmations from the one in heaven who is breaking all barriers just to pass this message to you. They want you to know that the money hidden in your story is not just about wealth. It is about justice, restoration, and proving that God never forgets His child. Stay with me because this is only the beginning. Every next line is carrying you closer to the truth you were meant to uncover today. And Michael is standing right beside you, urging, don't look away now. Don't skip. Don't let this chance slip like sand between your fingers. My beloved child, as you sit here with your eyes on these words, your soul already knows that something is shifting in your life. You may have felt restless, a little heavy in your chest, as though someone in the unseen is trying to tap on your heart. That is not just imagination. It is the exact moment heaven has chosen to move closer. A family member who crossed into light is stretching their spirit across the veil, and Archangel Michael has opened the channel for this urgent moment. Your heart is not wrong for beating faster. Do you know why? Because a divine truth is arriving, and truths always stir the soul before the mind can even make sense of it. Someone who once carried laughter in your home, someone whose voice you still remember in your quiet moments, has been watching. They have seen where money was misplaced, misused, or buried in silence. And today, they could not remain silent themselves. Michael is guarding this message like a blazing shield. He says, child of heaven, if you skip this, you will regret it later. For this truth is heavy with blessings that can break your struggles wide open. You have prayed, haven't you? Maybe late at night, maybe in frustration, whispering, God, when will things change? When will I finally see the reward of my hard work? And now, in this very hour, the answer is rushing to meet you. It feels almost impossible that money, blessing, inheritance, and abundance could be hidden in your story without your knowledge. Yet that is the very reason this message carries so much urgency. What has been hidden will not remain hidden. What was once locked is about to be unlocked. What was delayed will be delivered. The hands of heaven are moving pieces on the board of your life, shifting the unseen into the seen so you may finally receive what is yours. My child, let me tell you something deeper. Your loved one in heaven is not only revealing about money, they are also warning you to be alert, because where there is blessing, there is also someone around you who may try to divert it, to confuse you, or to keep you from receiving it. This is why Archangel Michael himself came forward. His sword does not only protect, it exposes. And exposure is what is coming next. Have you noticed how certain people act strangely when money is mentioned? How silence falls, or stories don't add up, or papers remain unsigned. Do you remember those uneasy moments where your heart whispered, "Something is being kept from me"? Those whispers were not paranoia. They were the beginning of what heaven is now confirming through this message. Your loved one is standing behind you in spirit, whispering through Michael, "Do not let them cover what belongs to you." And child, even beyond the material, understand this. Money is energy, and energy never disappears. It only transfers. That means blessings that were connected to your name are still alive, waiting for the moment to return to you. Every tear you cried, every effort you made that was ignored, every prayer you thought fell silent, all of it was accounted for. And this family member in heaven who loves you more now than ever is ensuring those accounts are being balanced. You might think, why today? Why the 15th of September? Because divine timing is perfect timing. Heaven never moves a second too early or too late. The alignment today carries power that opens doors which were sealed for years. And Archangel Michael says this is why he would not let you miss this message, because the alignment is now, not tomorrow, not someday. Now. Pause here for a breath, beloved. Because what you are about to read is not just a story. It is the unfolding of your own miracle. This is the kind of message that can change how you look at your life from this day forward. And if you feel goosebumps, chills, or a tear in your eye as you read, know this: that is your spirit recognizing the truth before your mind can even analyze it. The hidden blessing is closer than you think. Imagine a box locked for years, covered in dust, forgotten by those who once knew it existed. Imagine an angel brushing off that dust, finding the key, and holding it in front of you. That is what this moment is. Michael holds the key and your loved one in heaven is nodding, saying, "Yes, open it now. Do not delay. This was always meant for you." Now, let me tell you something that may shake you. Sometimes the greatest treasures are hidden in the places we least expect. Sometimes they are written in forgotten papers, whispered in wills, or even tucked in words left unsaid. Sometimes they are spiritual treasures disguised as financial breakthroughs. And God has a way of surprising His children at the very edge of their patience. That is exactly where you stand today, on the edge of breakthrough. And yet, child, before I reveal more, I must pause to speak from my heart. If you are listening to this right now and have not subscribed yet, do it with faith, because I promise the next messages carry revelations you don't want to miss. And if you are already subscribed, please share this with someone you love. By doing so, you are not just spreading words, you are spreading miracles. Heaven sees your hand when you support. And I am deeply thankful. Now, back to the message flowing from heaven. Michael wants you to know that angels do not speak in riddles. They speak in confirmations. That is why in the coming hours you may see sudden signs that will connect back to what you are reading. Perhaps you'll hear a name repeated, or you'll find a document unexpectedly, or even receive a sudden thought that feels too sharp to ignore. That is not coincidence. It is divine strategy. Your loved one is trying to make sure you don't just hear this but act upon it. They know your struggles. They know how much you have carried silently. They know the weight on your shoulders. And so they are pressing urgently, saying, the money, the blessing, the abundance, it was hidden, but it is not lost. Claim it, child. Claim it in faith. Michael is fierce in this moment. He is commanding, do not waste time doubting. Do not think this message is for someone else. This is for you. This is heaven's way of putting a sword into your hand so you can cut through lies, cut through delays, and step into the blessing long prepared for you. Even now, as you read, you are not alone. The air around you is heavy with presence. Have you felt the chill, the warmth, the sudden sense that you are being watched with love? That is not your imagination. That is the company of angels. That is your family in heaven leaning near. That is God Himself pressing His promise closer. And child, let me assure you of this: what is hidden cannot remain hidden forever. The truth always rises. The blessing always finds its way home. And this September 15th has been chosen because your time of waiting is collapsing into your time of receiving. My precious soul, I want you to feel how strange it is that your spirit seems restless right now. That is not random. That stirring within you is a signal that heaven is actively moving on your behalf. When Archangel Michael pushes a message like this, it means a divine clock has struck, and the waiting season is giving way to a revealing season. Look around your life and notice. Haven't you sensed a shadow of secrets around family matters, especially involving possessions, money, or resources that somehow slipped from your sight? Haven't you questioned silently, why do I feel like something was taken? Something was hidden. Something was not told to me. Today is the hour when those questions are being answered. Child, imagine a candle in a dark room. For so long, the room was shadowed, and you stumbled, not knowing what was around you. Then suddenly, a match strikes and light fills the corners you never saw before. This is what heaven is doing in your story. The hidden blessing, the unspoken truth, the buried financial gift, it is about to be illuminated. No longer will you walk in uncertainty about it. No longer will others keep you in silence about what is connected to you. Heaven is tired of the concealment. Michael has pulled his sword not only to defend, but to expose. And his words ring like thunder, child, be ready. Because what they thought you would never know, you are about to know. You may think to yourself, but why now? Why after all this time? Because blessings have their appointed hour. And when heaven decides the appointed hour has come, nothing can delay it. Not people, not papers, not lies, not confusion. This is that appointed hour. And this is why the urgency burns so strong. My beloved, you are being reminded today that God does not forget. What slipped from your hands, what felt lost forever, is circling back into your life. It may arrive through unexpected paths, through documents you had given up searching for, through conversations you never thought you'd hear again. But however it arrives, it will carry the weight of restoration. Michael says, pay attention. Even the smallest sign matters right now. If someone drops a hint, if a stranger mentions something oddly specific, if you stumble on an old drawer or paper, do not brush it off. These are deliberate signs being orchestrated so you won't miss the truth. Heaven has decided you cannot remain blind in this matter. Your loved one in heaven cannot rest until you know their spirit is urging, it is yours. Claim it. Do not let the silence of others rob you anymore. And child, remember this. Money in the earthly sense is not just currency. In heaven's eyes, it is energy, provision, the answer to prayers for relief, freedom, and opportunity. What is hidden is not merely coins or notes. It is the pathway to your stability, your ability to rise higher, to break cycles that once chained your family. That is why the one in heaven is pushing so hard, because they know what this blessing will mean for you. You may feel goosebumps as you read this. That is confirmation. You may feel as if someone you loved is standing right behind you, whispering in your ear. That is not just memory. It is presence. They are closer than you imagine. And they are pressing urgently, don't let go of this. Don't dismiss this. Don't skip what heaven is trying to reveal. Because if you dare to stay with it, if you dare to act in faith, you will see doors open that were sealed shut for years. Child of light, take this as heaven's personal reminder. There is no secret strong enough to remain hidden when God decides it is time. Truth has a way of cutting through like lightning through the night sky. And right now, your life is the night sky that is about to be split wide open with revelation. Michael's voice is clear, don't fear what will be revealed. Fear what you might lose if you look away. My beloved, do you notice how your body reacts as you read these words? That sudden tightening in your chest, that rush of warmth, that feeling of being observed. It is not an accident. Your soul recognizes when heaven is near. You are not just reading lines on a page. You are stepping into a current of divine revelation. Michael's presence is heavy, his wings spread wide over you, guarding you as these words reach into your spirit. A family member who walked before you into the afterlife is standing with him, desperate for you to know what has been hidden too long. Money, blessing, inheritance, opportunity, it has been covered, silenced, delayed, but nothing stays hidden forever. Not when God has decided the time has come for you to receive what is yours. This is your moment, and heaven is ensuring you cannot miss it. Child of destiny, think of the many nights you lay awake asking yourself why your life felt restricted, why your efforts were not fully rewarded, why doors seemed to close just as you approached them. Did you ever consider that something concealed, something connected to your own bloodline, was influencing that struggle? Secrets in families echo through generations until someone chosen rises to break them. And now you have been chosen. You are the one heaven is waking up. You are the one Michael is addressing. The truth about hidden money, about what was never told to you, is bursting to the surface, and it will not remain locked away any longer. Close your eyes for a moment and picture it. A locked chest, iron-bound, covered in dust. For years, no one dared to mention it. No one dared to touch it. No one dared to hand you the key. But today, that chest has been dragged into the light. Michael himself stands over it, sword blazing, and your loved one in heaven points toward it with trembling hands, whispering, "It belongs to them. It is theirs." The sound of chains breaking echoes through your spirit. The season of silence is over. You are about to open what was denied to you. And in that opening, freedom will come rushing like a river. You have been sensing this, haven't you? A pressure in your dreams, a heaviness in your thoughts, an unshakable feeling that something important is trying to reach you. That was not imagination. It was the persistence of heaven. When angels press close, they do not let go until their message is heard. That is why you found this, why you are reading this, why you cannot look away. Every second of your attention right now is part of heaven's plan to ensure you don't miss the revelation. Your family member in heaven has cried out for this moment, and God himself has answered by sending Michael to deliver it. Beloved soul, do not think this is only about money. This is about restoration. This is about justice. This is about a God who balances scales. What was withheld from you, what was hidden behind shadows, what was whispered behind closed doors, it is now being revealed so you can step into the fullness of what was always meant to be yours. Heaven does not reveal for curiosity. It reveals for transformation, and your transformation is already beginning as you take in these words. Even now, Michael's message presses deeper. Prepare yourself for signs will begin to manifest quickly. A conversation you overhear, a paper you stumble upon, a name that repeats unexpectedly. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. Pay attention, child. For heaven is weaving the path that will lead you straight to what was hidden. This is not far away. It is not someday. It is now. September carries a divine weight. And today is the day when shadows are forced into light. The one you love in heaven has carried this burden long enough. They have watched in silence as you struggled. They have seen tears you cried in secret. They have felt your prayers rise like smoke. And now with God's permission, they pressed this message into your life. You were never forgotten. The blessing was delayed, but never denied. It is coming back to you, child of light. Let your spirit lean in closer because what you are stepping into right now is not ordinary. It is a sacred unveiling. There have been whispers in your bloodline, secrets woven into silence, but heaven refuses to let you walk forward without clarity. Think of the many times you sensed something wasn't right, papers hidden, conversations cut short, answers that never felt complete. These were not accidents. They were fragments of a larger truth waiting to burst open. Michael's sword has struck the lock, and the gate is creaking wide. Can you hear it? That sound in your spirit is the sound of heaven insisting you cannot be robbed anymore. And child, understand this. The loved one who speaks from heaven is not only concerned with the blessing itself, but with your heart. They know how tired you've been, how much pressure you've carried. They know how often you've questioned whether God truly hears you. This revelation comes as an answer, not only to uncover money, but to prove to you that heaven has never abandoned you. They watched you when you cried in the stillness of night. They watched you when you worked harder than anyone saw. They watched when others dismissed you. And now they are part of the divine team making sure your story is rewritten with justice and restoration. My child, have you felt lately that the air itself feels heavy with signs, numbers repeating in strange patterns, dreams that feel too vivid to be random, sudden memories of people who are no longer with you? This is not coincidence. It is alignment. Heaven is layering signals around you so you will not ignore the unfolding. You were chosen to carry this revelation. And once you embrace it, the weight that has been pressing your spirit will begin to lift. Michael whispers, pay attention to every detail in these days. Even the smallest sign will matter. Do you know why this message carries such intensity? Because timing is everything. There are moments in life when doors open and will not stay open long. The 15th of September is one such moment. It was written in heaven's calendar before you were born that this day would arrive. What you thought was an ordinary day is in truth a divine appointment. Heaven has bent its schedule to yours. And the one in heaven who loves you has been waiting for this exact moment to step through the veil and speak. They are urging you not to delay, not to scroll past, not to miss the unfolding. Precious one, I must tell you this. The blessing hidden is not just for you. It is also for those who come after you. When truth is revealed, it breaks curses. When blessings are restored, they open roads for future generations. This is why your family member pressed so hard for this moment. They want to see you free. They want to see you walk where they could not. They want you to carry the abundance that was once blocked so that your life becomes a testimony of divine faithfulness. Michael's presence is burning. As I write this, he speaks with authority, child, you must not dismiss this. What others covered will be uncovered. What was denied will be delivered. What was lost will be found. Can you feel the pull in your heart? That is your spirit leaning toward the truth. You are on the edge of something life-altering. Heaven's winds are shifting around you. And even as you read these lines, angels are arranging events in the unseen so that evidence will come into your hands. The loved one in heaven presses me to tell you they have tried to reach you before in dreams, in whispers, in sudden flashes of memory. But today their voice is louder, their urgency sharper because they know the window of opportunity is open now. They plead, don't delay. Don't doubt. Don't ignore this. What is hidden will no longer stay buried. And I want you to be the one who receives it. Beloved, the money, the blessing, the hidden abundance is more than material. It is symbolic of God's justice in your life. It is proof that even when people thought they had the power to conceal, heaven's timing is stronger. And when heaven chooses to reveal, nothing on earth can keep it from your hands. My beloved child, listen closely because what is being revealed in this very moment is not only about money. It is about destiny. For so long you have carried questions that gnawed at the corners of your mind. Why did certain things never add up? Why did blessings slip through your hands when you worked so hard? Why did people around you remain so silent when you needed clarity? These questions were seeds of something greater. And today, those seeds are sprouting into undeniable truth. The silence is ending. The hidden is being uncovered. The one in heaven who carries love for you too deep to describe has pulled back the curtain. They cannot allow you to walk blindfolded another day. Michael is declaring, your sight is being restored. Your inheritance is being revealed. Your justice is here. Child of faith, pause and feel this. The heaviness you've carried has not been wasted. Every tear was counted. Every disappointment was recorded. And now, what once seemed like delay is about to feel like divine preparation. Imagine a locked door you stood before for years, knocking until your hands ached. Nothing moved. Nothing opened. But suddenly on this day, the key is placed into your hand. Not because of luck, not because of chance, but because heaven decided the time had come. The blessing that was hidden, the money that was silenced, the provision that was tucked away, it is yours. It always was. And now the door swings wide. Precious one, let your spirit awaken to this truth. Blessings that are delayed are not blessings denied. They circulate. They wait. They hover until the right time to return. And your loved one in heaven has fought to make sure this cycle breaks for you now. They speak with urgency, saying, child, claim it. Don't fear what others will say. Don't fear what they will think. What is yours cannot belong to another. This message is not random. It is not generic. It is exact, sharp, targeted because it was always meant for you to read at this very moment. And notice something divine. The very moment you opened your heart to these words, shifts began. Have you felt a sudden stillness around you? That is not emptiness. It is presence. The angels are drawing close, listening as your heart absorbs what heaven is saying. This is why you cannot walk away. This is why every paragraph pulls you deeper. You are stepping into a spiritual current that is stronger than anything you've felt before. Michael's wings are spread and he is cutting through shadows that tried to blind you. Child, I need you to prepare yourself because signs are already forming. You may overhear a conversation that suddenly connects dots. You may stumble upon a forgotten piece of paper. You may remember something a family member once said that seemed unimportant then but now glows like fire in your memory. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. They are heaven's way of proving this message is alive, active, breathing truth into your life. The one in heaven who loves you has chosen this hour to confirm everything you suspected but could not prove. And now proof is coming. This is not about greed or obsession. This is about justice. God balances scales. He cannot allow his child to be robbed without restoration. The money hidden, the blessing covered, the inheritance silenced. It represents not just provision but proof of his care for you. He is saying, I have seen what was done in shadows and now I am bringing it into light. Trust this, child. Hold on. You are about to watch what was concealed be revealed before your very eyes. And know this as well. The one in heaven is proud of you. Proud that you did not give up. Proud that you carried burdens without losing your tenderness. Proud that even in struggle, you held on to faith. They are leaning near, whispering with fierce love, you were never forgotten. The blessing was delayed, but it is finding its way home to you now. My beloved soul, do you feel the weight of this hour? The atmosphere around you is not ordinary. It is thick with presence, with whispers, with unseen hands arranging what your eyes cannot yet behold. There is a trembling in the unseen realm because the truth that was hidden is finally pressing its way into your reality. This is why your spirit has been restless. This is why your thoughts have circled around things you could not explain. The one who loves you in heaven has not stopped pressing for this moment. And Archangel Michael has not stopped guarding the delivery of this message. What is unfolding before you is divine timing. The kind that only comes once in a lifetime. The kind that shifts everything you thought you knew. Child of destiny, think of the moments you almost gave up, times you said quietly to yourself, maybe nothing will ever change. Maybe this is all there is. Those were the very moments heaven was holding back the floodgates, waiting for the appointed hour. Nothing was wasted. Every disappointment became fuel for this revelation. Every delay positioned you to receive now, not then. Because now you are strong enough to carry it. Now you are aware enough to understand it. Now you are prepared enough to protect it. The hidden blessing, yes, even the hidden money has waited until this day because heaven knew this was your time. And child, understand this. There are those who thought the silence would last forever. They thought papers would stay buried, conversations would stay forgotten, truths would remain untold. But what they forgot is that nothing escapes the eye of God. Nothing. The one in heaven who loves you pleaded with him for justice. And justice is what is coming. Michael stands as proof that no sword of darkness can stop the sword of light. The covering is being ripped away. The secret is being shouted from the mountaintops of the Spirit. And you, chosen one, are the receiver of this revelation. Can you sense it in your body? That sudden shiver, that unexplainable warmth, that lump in your throat, those are signals of confirmation. Your spirit knows truth when it hears it. And this truth is setting you free. Free from confusion. Free from doubt. Free from believing that you were overlooked. You were never overlooked. You were always chosen. And today proves it. Precious heart. I tell you this because you must be ready. The next days will bring signs you cannot ignore. Dreams that carry names, voices, or faces. Conversations that suddenly spill secrets. Documents or messages appearing at the perfect moment. Do not brush them aside. Do not think them small. Each one is a thread and together they weave the proof of what heaven is already saying. The one in heaven is orchestrating this so you cannot miss it. They want you to see, to know, to step boldly into what belongs to you. This revelation is not only about what you will gain. It is about what will be broken. Generational silence is breaking. The weight of secrecy is breaking. The chains of lack are breaking. And when they break, you will not only rise, you will carry others with you. The blessing that flows to you will ripple into every part of your life, touching relationships, opportunities, and the very peace of your heart. That is why the urgency is so fierce. That is why heaven did not let you pass by this moment. Michael's voice resounds, "Child, do not fear what will be revealed. Fear only ignoring the revelation, because ignoring this would mean allowing the hidden to stay buried, and that cannot happen anymore. You are meant to be free. You are meant to be restored. You are meant to be lifted into abundance that proves God's care is real, constant, and powerful. And beloved, remember this always. The one in heaven is not far from you. They are closer than you believe. When you laugh, they smile. When you cry, they lean near. When you struggle, they push heaven's doors open to send help. And today, they have succeeded. Their love, their persistence, their devotion is why you are reading these words. They could not rest until you knew. And now you do. My beloved, lean closer in your heart, because the words unfolding now are not meant for casual reading. They are meant for your spirit. They carry the weight of years of silence breaking open in one divine moment. Can you feel how the atmosphere shifts even as your eyes pass across these lines? That is not coincidence. That is presence. The unseen is bending nearer because truth is walking toward you with steps that cannot be stopped. Your family member in heaven is not whispering. They are crying out for you to finally hear them. Their hands are raised toward you, urging that you believe, that you prepare, that you stop doubting yourself. They have seen where the blessing was hidden. They have seen the attempt to bury it. And they refuse to let you remain in the dark. Child of faith, you must understand something crucial. The blessing that was hidden is not small. It is not something ordinary. It carries weight. It carries legacy. It carries the power to shift how your days unfold from this moment forward. That is why the urgency is so fierce. That is why Michael himself stepped in, because this blessing is not just about comfort. It is about purpose. It is about proving that God has always had His eyes on you. Even when you felt unseen, when others plotted silence, heaven plotted revelation. And now the hour has come where their silence will collapse into your clarity. Imagine for a moment that you are standing in a vast hall, dimly lit, with countless doors surrounding you. For years, you tried different handles, knocking, pushing, hoping one would open. None did. But now, suddenly, one door creaks, light spilling through the cracks. The lock is broken. The key has been turned. And Michael stands before it, sword gleaming, saying, "This is the door you've been waiting for. Step through. What was hidden is behind it. Can you see it in your spirit? That door is opening for you now. And behind it lies the abundance, the truth, the inheritance that has carried your name all along. Do not dismiss the signs, child. You will see them if you stay alert. A dream that feels too sharp to ignore. A phrase that someone says that stirs something deep in your memory, a forgotten item you stumble upon that seems to glow with meaning. Each of these is heaven's way of guiding you toward the full revelation. You are not being left to figure this out alone. Angels are arranging the path. Michael is guarding it, and your loved one is cheering you forward, saying, "Yes, child. Keep going. You are closer than ever before." And here is what you must hold tightly. Blessings can be hidden by people, but they cannot be erased by people. They can be delayed, but they cannot be destroyed. What belongs to you will circle its way back into your hands because God Himself will make sure of it. Even if others try to silence, even if years have passed, heaven never loses track of what is yours. That is why this message burns so strongly today. It is not merely about uncovering what was concealed. It is about restoring you to what was promised. Beloved soul, allow this truth to sink into the deepest part of you. You were never forgotten. Even when it felt like life had passed you by, even when others received what you longed for, even when silence screamed louder than clarity, you were still written into heaven's plan. And your family member in heaven has been part of the divine arrangement to make sure you finally receive what was hidden. They are proud of you. This is for you. Heaven has decided, and nothing on earth can undo it. My beloved child, your heart is not wrong for trembling as you read on. The unseen world is drawing closer and your spirit can sense it. There is a reason why these words pull you deeper, why you cannot turn away even for a moment. Heaven has been waiting for this exact hour, and now you are standing in the middle of it. Michael's wings are spread, his presence fierce, and the one you love in heaven is leaning close, urging that you keep reading, keep listening, keep opening your heart. They are not finished speaking. There is more that you need to hear, more that will prepare you for what is coming. Child of destiny, do you know how long heaven has waited for this? Years have passed, seasons have shifted, but the blessing stayed intact, waiting for the right time. Think of it like a seed buried deep in the soil. At first, there is nothing but darkness, silence, and waiting. Yet beneath the surface, growth is happening, roots are forming, strength is building, and then suddenly at the appointed time, the seed breaks through the ground and reaches toward the light. That is exactly what is happening with your hidden blessing. It has been beneath the soil of your life for too long, and now it is breaking through. Nothing can stop it. There is a reason why Michael's voice feels so urgent. Because when a breakthrough comes this close, distractions rise stronger than ever. Doubt whispers louder. Fear tries to cloud your vision. But Michael is cutting through those voices, declaring, "Do not let go. Do not step back. Do not let doubt rob you of what is almost in your hands." This is why you were led here, why these words found you, why you feel what you feel. Heaven has aligned everything to make sure you do not miss the unfolding. Your loved one in heaven knows what it cost you to endure. They know the weight you carried silently, the questions you buried in your own heart. They saw the tears you never let others see. They saw the moments you whispered, "God, please just show me you're still here." And today, through this message, through Michael's voice, through their own intercession, they are showing you, yes, God has always been here. Yes, heaven has never left you. Yes, your blessing is still alive. Precious soul, I want you to notice something. The timing of this message is not an accident. The alignment of this day is divine. Think back. Haven't you been sensing that something was building? Haven't you felt an unusual tension in your spirit, like something was pressing to the surface? That was heaven preparing you. That was your loved one getting ready for this unveiling. That was Michael sharpening his sword for this battle. You were never walking in circles. You were walking toward this moment. And now, child, the path ahead of you is opening. Be prepared for unusual signs. People may say things without realizing they are confirming what you already know. You may stumble across something forgotten that suddenly feels radiant with meaning. Dreams may become sharper, more vivid, leaving you with answers when you wake. Pay attention. Heaven is weaving a trail for you to follow, a trail that leads to what was hidden. And once you step onto it, you will not be able to deny that God Himself has written this into your story. Michael whispers with fire in his tone, "Do not fear what is revealed. Fear only ignoring it, because revelation always requires courage. And you, beloved, have more courage than you know. You are not weak. You are not small. You are a chosen one, wrapped in heaven's protection, shielded by Michael's sword, and guided by the love of the one who stands in heaven on your behalf. This is why you cannot let doubt silence your faith. This is why you must lean into every word. This is why you must hold on until the blessing is in your hands. My beloved, feel how every word is tugging at your spirit, not just your mind. This is not simply a message. It is a movement in your soul. The air around you carries the weight of what is breaking open. For too long, you have lived with pieces missing, with questions unanswered, with shadows hanging over your inheritance. But the time of confusion is ending. The moment of unveiling is here. Michael stands, his presence like fire, his eyes blazing with certainty, saying, "The child must know. The child must see. The child must receive." And the one in heaven who loves you is nodding, urging, pleading, because they know how this truth will change you forever. Do not underestimate what is unfolding. Hidden money, yes, but also hidden purpose. Buried blessing, yes, but also buried strength. This is why your soul has felt restless, like something pressing against the walls of your life, begging to be released. That pressure was not random. It was divine. The blessing has been knocking, and now the door has opened. It is not far, not someday, not for someone else. It is here. It is now. It is yours. Child of light, imagine a treasure sealed in darkness. For years, no one dared to speak of it. For years, the silence grew louder. But silence cannot bury truth forever. A spark always finds its way through. That spark has become flame today. And Michael is holding it before you, saying, "Look, see what was kept from you. See what heaven never forgot." The light is spilling into corners once hidden. And as it does, your heart already knows. This is not imagination. This is not coincidence. This is your divine moment. Beloved, have you noticed how your spirit quickens as you read, how the rhythm of your breath changes? That is confirmation. Your soul knows truth when it hears it. Heaven is aligning your awareness with this revelation. And though it may feel overwhelming, do not resist it. Lean into it. The blessing that is coming was designed to lift you, not crush you. It is arriving not as a weight, but as a release. The chains of secrecy are snapping, and freedom is running toward you like a rushing river. Do not fear what others may say. Do not worry about who might try to stand in your way. When heaven decides to reveal, no earthly hand can stop it. The one in heaven who loves you knows this well. They are closer now than ever, whispering fiercely, "Take courage, child. The blessing is real. The truth is alive. Do not let it slip away from you again. They have interceded too long, prayed too deeply, cried too earnestly for you to walk past this moment. Michael's voice is thunder in the spirit realm. Stay awake. Stay aware. Stay willing. For signs are already in motion. You will see them. They will not be subtle. They will come like flashes, like echoes, like sudden memories stirring from nowhere.